Hello. So today let's look at first the factorization, second factorization, and we're going to factorize trinomials and also cubes. Let's have a look here and see what we're going to be dealing with here. So when you're dealing with the trinomials, you actually want to express the trinomial in the what we have here in the form of x plus a, x plus b. Okay, so if we have a trinomial, we want to express it in this form. So now what you need to understand, when you see a trinomial like this, it's in the way it's presented is x squared plus a plus b plus sorry there. So a plus bx plus ab. So what we have, the constant here is we multiply the factors of what is it, of what we have as a constant here. So let's have a look at this example here. We have got a squared minus 2a minus 48. So what we need to check first is that what are the factors of 48? What are the factors of 48? And those factors of 48, we want them, if we add them, we must get -2. If we multiply them, we get 48. So we need to be very careful there. What are the factors of 48? We know that 48, we can have 48, we can say 48, just sorry about that, 48 divided by 12, we know that it's going to be 4. But now if we say 12 minus 4, what do we get? We get 8. So we can say, okay, 12 and 4, and these two factors, we are saying we don't need them. Okay, what other factors can we have? We can have 8 and 6. Okay, but on the 8 and 6, if we say 8 minus 6, we get +2. So we can't have a negative for the smaller number here. We need to have a negative on the bigger number. So here we're going to have -8, and this becomes our factors that we need. Okay, so we need -8 and +6. So what do we do with these factors? We replace them. We replace. So you replace this with the factors. So you replace with factor. So what you are doing here, you're going to replace your -2 with the factors. We're going to replace the -2 with these two factors. Okay, let's do it and see where we can end. Now we're going to say a squared minus, we are taking the 8 minus 8a plus 6a minus 48. Okay, now from this one here, we're going to look at the first two, and we factorize in the first two, and also factorize this second what you call two variables there. That's what we do. So let's have a look here. We're going to factor out a. So what we're actually doing, we are separating this. Okay, then we're going to have a outside, then we are left with a minus 8, then plus, what is that we can take out there? We can take out 6, is going to be a minus 8. So you can see that we have got a minus 8 and a minus 8. What do? We're going to have a minus 8, then we're going to be left with a plus 6. So this becomes our answer now. Now we can see that we have expressed in the form of x plus a, x plus b. Now, to some of you now who are familiar with this factorization, you know what you do. You look for these factors. Once you look for these factors, you just open your bracket and say, okay, we have got a, and we also have 8 there. Then what are the factors? It's minus 8, like what we got here, and also plus 6. Then you get your answer. But why am I doing this? I'm doing this so that you can understand what is it that we need to do first, okay? But here, if you just factorize like this, there's no problem. You just go direct to the answer. There is no problem, okay? But you find that this method here helps you to understand that, because sometimes you are given this factorization in this form, okay? You are given it at this stage, and you must understand what to do. Okay, let's go on to the next question. We have got x squared minus 11x plus 28. Okay, what are the factors that we have to think of there? What are the factors that we need to think of for 28? That's what we're talking about here. We look for the factors of 28. And what are those factors? Think about them. If we are talking of 7, well, 7 goes into 28, okay? So we can have, let's start with the one that we say 14 times 2. So 14 and 2. But if we say 14 minus 2, we don't get 11, we get 12. So this one here, we take it out. Okay, so we're going to use 7 and 4. So here, if we have 7 and 4, now with 7 and 4, which one must be negative? Because we are having a negative here, we are having a positive here. So what must we do now? They both have to be negative. So we're going to give them negative, negative. So this becomes our factors to use. Then what we are going to do here, we're going to replace them. So we're going to say it's going to be x. Let's use the long method first. Okay, we replace negative 11 minus 7x minus 4x plus 28. Okay, then we factor out here, we factorize the first part here. We factorize the first part on its own and also the second part on its own. Then we're going to say x outside. Then we have got x minus 7 in the bracket. Then we take out negative 4, negative 4. Then we have got x minus 7 in the other bracket. Then you have got similar, similar expressions here. So with x minus a, x minus x minus 7, x minus 7. So we're going to take out x minus 7. Then if you take out x minus 7, you're left with x minus 4. This is what we have. This becomes our answer. And if you are to just doing it directly, you know what to do. You just open your brackets. It's x. It's x. Then here you have got these vectors, minus 7, minus 4. Then you are done. Okay, so here is what you're supposed to do to just go straight to the answer. There is no problem about that. Okay, you don't get penalized for that. You can just go straight to the answer, x minus 7, x minus minus 4. Because what you need to do here is to get the factors that are in this form. You multiply them, you get the constant, you add them, you get the coefficient of x. Okay. Let's continue here. Now we're going to start doing this shortcut here. Let's look at this a squared minus 2a minus 48. I think we have done it. I think we've done it, that one here. So we've done this one. Let's look at x squared minus plus 7x minus minus 12. So we're going to have our brackets here. Okay, so we've got x, we've got x, and let's look for the factors here. Factors of 12, that if we multiply them, we get 12. If you add them, we get 7. So those factors are 4 and 3. So it's 4 and 3, so it's positive 4 and positive 3, because if we say 4 plus 3, we get 7. If we say 4 times 3, we get 12. So we're just going to put in the factors here. It's going to be plus 4, then it's going to be plus 3. Then that's our final answer. Now, here's what you need to do now. we can see that we are now, the x squared here is now having a coefficient. And if you check here, the coefficient of your, what is it, of x or a squared was 1. So it was very easy to actually deal with. Let's see what you're supposed to do here. First, what you need to do here is to factorize, take out the common factor. You take out the common factor. So in this case here, we are taking out 2. So you're going to say 2 outside, you're left with x squared minus x minus, what is it, minus 6. That's what we have. Then we have 2, then we open the 2 brackets. Then here we have got x, and we are saying, what are the factors that we need to think of? That if we multiply them, they give us -6. If we add them, they give us a -1. So those factors are 3 and 2. But now, there is 3 and 2, but what do we need to do now? We need to check the signs. Which one must be negative? Once the sign here is negative, the negative must be on the bigger number. So here we've got negative here. Then we come back and say, okay, it's going to be -3. Then here it's going to be +2. That becomes our final answer. Okay, we're going to do the same here. We take out the 6 that is common. Then 6 into 6 is a squared there. Then plus 6 into 24 is 4a. Then 6 into 30 minus 5. Okay. Then again here, we're going to check what are the factors that we need to think of, that if we multiply them, we get -5. If we add, we get 4. What are those factors? Those factors are 5 and 1. And what we now see here is that we have a positive here and we have a negative here. So which one here must be negative? This is supposed to be negative. The smaller number is supposed to be 5 minus 1. So if we say 5 times -1, we get -5. Now, let's see here. We're going to take out our 6. You are carrying the 6 with you, okay? You're carrying the 6 with you, and it's going to be A. Then we have got, what is it? We have +5 minus 1. That becomes our final answer. Okay, now let's look at this and see. We take out 5 outside. Then we are left with 5. So here, if we say 90 divided by 5, we get 18. So we are having 18 here minus, then what is it? We have got 45. 45 divided by 5, we get 9. So it's going to be minus 9x, then plus x squared. Then what are the factors that we need to think of here? So here, for less confusion, you can rearrange. You start with your x squared minus 9x plus 18, like that. Then you're looking for the factors. What are the factors that we need to think of here? Factors that if we multiply, we get 18. If we add them, we get a -9. So those factors are 6 and 3. Now 6 and 3, but what are the signs that we must put? Let's see here. If we say -6 times -3, we get +18. If we say -3 plus -6, it's going to give us -9. So they both need to be negative. So what guides you here is the sign here and also the sign of this. Okay, let's have a look there. It's going to be 5. We open the bracket, then we have our x, then it's -6, it's -3. Okay, so this is your final answer. Now let's have a look on something that is unique. Now we can see that it's advancing here. We are now having we can't factorize, we can't factor out here, we can't factorize here, we can't take out 3 outside and left with this. So what must we do now? We know that we are going to be dealing with this trinomial and it's unique. So what we need to do first, remember, we have to multiply the first and the last. You multiply the first and the last, like what you have been doing. We know that this is in the form of x squared plus a plus b x plus ab. Okay, so we don't need to worry now. We know that this, if we take 3x times 1, we get 3x squared. Now with the 3x squared, this one here, you can't just put the brackets. You need to do the long way, the one that I've taught you in the beginning. So what we need to do here is that you check the factors of 3x squared. Factors of 3x squared. If we can, if we multiply, we get 3x squared. If we add, we get 4. What are those factors? If we multiply, you get positive 4. If you get 3, then also if you add, you get 4. So those factors are 3 and 1. And they are both positive. They are both positive. So what must we do now? We know that we're going to replace this, replace 4x with what you call 3 and 1. So it's going to be 3x squared plus 3x plus x plus 1. Okay, that's what we do. Then here 3x plus x is going to give us 4x. So what we're just doing, we are splitting this 4x. Okay, so let's look at this, the first part here, like what I have taught you, and the second part. Now let's see here, we're going to factor out 3x outside. It's going to be, we're going to left with x plus 1. Then here we factor out 1. Then it's going to be left, we're going to be left with x plus 1. Then x plus 1, x plus 1. Your two brackets here must be the same. Okay, so two brackets must be the same. So this becomes your final answer. Let's also do the same here. Let's take out, let's multiply. We are going to have negative 60, 10 times 6, negative 60 x squared. Okay, now we look for the factors that if we add them, we get negative 11x. If you multiply, you get negative 60 x squared. What are those factors that you can think of? What are those factors, guys? Let's try to think. We multiply, we get what you call 60. We add, we get in 11. So those factors are 15 and 4. So here, if you say 15 times 4, you get 60. So if you say 15 minus 4, you get 11. But in this case here, what we need a negative value here. So which one must be negative? The bigger value must be negative. So here we're going to have 6x squared minus 15x plus 4x minus 10. So if you say minus 15x plus 4x, you get 11x. Okay, so what you're going to do here, we deal with the first two and the second two. So let's see what you're going to factor out here. We're going to factor out 3 because 3 goes into 6 and also goes into 15. So it's going to be 2x squared minus 5x. Sorry about that one here. The squared here is not supposed to be squared here. Okay, so let's have here 2x minus 5, and also we don't have the x here. Okay, then in the second part here, we're going to take out plus 2 because 2 goes into both. So we have, I think let me just rub here because I think I made a mistake here. What I'm factoring out is 3x, guys, here. I only took out the number only. So it's going to be 3x. Then you are left with the 2x minus 5 Okay, then you plus 2, then it's going to be 2x here. 2 into 4 is 2x minus also 5. Then the two brackets are the same, so you take out the bracket, and we are left with 3x plus 2. This becomes our final answer like that. Okay, let's have a look here. What we are going to do, we're going to remember, when we take out, we multiply the first and the last. 15 times 3 is 45. So you've got 45x squared. Now you look for the factors. You look for the factors of 45. You multiply them. They give you 45. You add them. They give you negative 18. So those factors are again 15 and so it's going to be 15 and 3. Now, 15 and 3, what about the signs? The signs, they must all be negative. Because if we say negative 15 times negative 3, we get positive 45. Now, let's get to it and write 15x squared minus 15x plus, minus 3x plus 3. Then we are going to take out 15 here is common. So it's 15x. Then you're left with x minus 1. Then we are left with here, we're going to take out negative 3. Then you will be left with x minus 1. So make sure always your brackets must be the same. Your brackets must be the same. Then you have your x minus 1 here and 15x minus 3. That becomes our final answer. So I think now you have seen what you are supposed to do in each case. So I've presented you 3 different types of trinomials that you can actually get and how to solve them. Okay, now remember what I have told you. You can get the question in this stage. In this stage here, then we know what we must do. So here is what we have. So if px plus ky plus px plus ky. So what do you see here? You see that you can deal with the first part here. So you deal with the first part. Let me just again here, like what I was doing in the previous. Then what you need to do here is that what can you factor out on the first two, and what you can also factor out on the second two. But what you see here is that you need to rearrange them. You need to rearrange them and write what you call px plus px. Then we have got what here? What else do we have there? We have got plus ky. No. I think I made a mistake here. Let me just try to rub here. We have like terms. We have like terms here. But this one, px plus px is 2px plus ky plus ky plus 2ky. Okay. Now, what can you take out here? We're going to take out 2. So it's going to be px plus ky like that. Okay, that becomes our final answer. But let's look at this and see what we can we do. We have got 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 6x plus 9. So this one here, we can check, okay, on the first part here, we can take out x as cube, x squared. So we take out x squared outside. Then inside, you're going to have 2x minus 3, okay? Then on this one here, we can take out negative 3. So we take out negative 3 outside. We're going to be left with 2x minus 3. And can you see what I was talking about? We are given this second step. And what must we do? We just need to separate and deal with them here, like what here, and also this one. Then what we get is what? Let me just rub here, because it doesn't apply on that one. Okay, so we're going to have 2x minus 3 x squared minus 3. Okay, then let's look at this again. Let's look at this, and we take out what here. We're going to take out 2x squared. So let's take 2x squared outside. We're going to be left with 3x minus 1. Okay, then here we also take out negative what is it, negative 18. So negative 18, and you know that negative 18 is also goes there 18 goes also 3 times into 54, so it's going to be 3x minus 1. Okay, then your brackets here, 3x minus 1, and also the 2x minus 18. Okay, 2x squared minus 18. That becomes our final answer now. Now, let's look at this type of, what is it, cube, sum and differences of cubes. Now, let's start by having the general solution here, general solution for cubes. So if we have got x cubed minus y cubed, what must we have? The answer should be x. Let's see here what do we have. Okay, so this is gonna be, this is general solution, okay, plus, it's minus, sorry, there, minus y. Then in the other bracket, we have got x squared plus xy plus y squared. So this is the general solution that you must know. And if we are to have it as a positive, if we are to have it as a positive, it's going to be x cubed plus y cubed is going to be equals to x plus y. Then here x squared minus xy plus y squared. Now, understand something here. Can you see what we are having here? We are having this sign here is the sign that we are having here. Okay, then this sign here is the opposite of this one. So the opposite. So you can see that there's a plus here, there's a minus here. So this is a general solution. You just need to understand that, okay, your x can be any value. X can be 27, your x can be 1, your y can be any value. So you must understand this, okay? So let's have a look here and understand what call and do this question here, which is 27x squared cubed minus 1. Okay, so what we are simply doing here is that we can simplify it and say, okay, 27 is 3 cubed x cubed minus 1. And if you are to follow the what call the rules of exponents, this means that we have got cubed there minus 1. So what we are having now, this is acting as our x. This is acting as our x or as our y. Okay, as 3x on its own. So we're going to what call rewrite it and say, okay, this is going to be 3x minus 1. Then in the bracket, 3x squared. So it's 3x. We are squaring here. (3x) minus plus, sorry, here, xy, which is 3x times this. So it's going to be 3x, okay? Then we have got, what is it? Plus 1 squared, which is just 1. Because remember here, it's 1 cubed is also what? So here it's more like we're saving 1 cubed here. So in 1 cubed is just 1. So that's what we're saying here. Then in the last question, in the last step here, you're going to have 3x minus 1 then you're going to be left with 9x squared minus 3x plus 1. Why am I putting minus there? Then it should be plus, okay? So let's have a look on this one here and see what we're supposed to do. Okay, let's have a look on this one here. So you can see we've got a negative and a negative here. So we can factor out negative outside. Then you're left with x cubed plus 27. Then again on the 27 is 3 cubed. So it's going to be minus. We have got, what is it? Minus there. We've got x plus cubed plus 3 cubed. That's what we are having. Then it's going to be minus x minus x plus 3 in other brackets, x squared minus 3 times x is 3x, then plus 3 squared is 9. Okay, that's what we have. That will be our final answer, just like that. So you are following here the, what is it? We are following the law that we have there. Okay, so you can also try to expand this and you see that you get the answer that we have there. Okay, let's have a look on this one here, where we're having a cubed, b cubed minus 1 over 8. Okay, so it means that let's just try to separate it, to deal with it in this way. We are saying this is a minus what called a b cubed minus 1 over 2. Then in this case we can just say cubed as well. So here if you cube this, you get 1 over 8, and also if you cube this, you get what we have on top. So let's deal with deal with it in this way here. We're going to have ab, okay, ab minus 1 over 2. Then in other bracket here, we're going to have ab squared, which is going to be a squared b squared plus, then let's just move this one a bit. Then here we're going to have a squared plus b. Then we have got ab times half. This is going to give us ab over 2. Then half squared is going to be plus 1 over 4. That becomes our final answer like that. What about this one here? What we can see is that we have got 2 cubed minus, we put the bracket there, a minus 1 cubed. Then we are treating a minus 1 as just y. Okay, so let's have a look and see. We're going to say it's going to be 2 minus a minus what? Let me just do this. A minus 1. So here in this case here, we're going to have a big bracket here. Let's just have a big bracket here. Then we also look at this one here. It's going to be, what is it? 2 squared, which is going to give us 4. Then plus what we have here, we multiply this and this is going to be 2. Again, here we're having a minus 1. Okay. Then what we call plus 1. Then from there, let's continue here. Let's not lose focus here. On the first bracket, we have got 2a minus a plus 1 because we're taking in the negative here. Then we are left with, on the second bracket, we're going to have 4 plus 2a. We're having 2a, we're multiplying the 2a minus 2 plus 1. Then we can simplify there. 2 minus 1, we get 1 minus a. Then in the other bracket, 4 minus 2 is going to give us what? Is 4 minus 2 plus 1. This is going to minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then what about the 2? It's going to be just plus 2a. So this becomes our final answer. Okay. So I hope you guys understand this, and thank you so much. See you in the next class.